Coming in number 10, text messages. A lot of high-profile celebrities are going to give testimony in a U.S. courtroom over the multi-million-dollar lawsuit between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard. For Paul Bettany, this whole ordeal has been an absolute nightmare. Back in 2020, his private text messages with Johnny Depp about Amber were made public as evidence in the actor's libel case against The Sun. Paul said that the texts being revealed were embarrassing and that he didn't know Johnny when he was married to Amber, he only knew him before. In a 2016 Twitter post, Bettany had defended Depp and said, "Known Johnny Depp for years and through several relationships, he's the sweetest, kindest, gentlest man that I've ever known, just saying." But before we jump into our next point, make sure you tap that like button to show some love to the channel. Coming in number 9, admission of guilt. Dr. Laurel Anderson had worked with the former celebrity couple for a total of 21 sessions starting back in October of 2015. In revealing video testimony during the defamation trial in Virginia, Dr. Anderson said, "I know she led the fights on more than one occasion and started it to keep him with her because abandonment and having him leave was her worst nightmare." She explained that Miss Heard told her that it was almost a point of pride for her. If she ever felt disrespected, she would initiate a fight, which she attributed to her father's own attacks on her when she was younger. What's wild though is this therapist saying that if she knew Johnny was going to leave, she would then just strike him because she would rather be in a fight than ever have him leave her. Coming number 8, stealing stories. Now if this one happens to be true, then Amber Heard is truly a terrible person. According to her former personal assistant, Kate James, Amber had stolen her story of SA. According to Kate, she had told her former boss about a time when she was held at machete point in Brazil. She then said how she was shocked to learn that in a witness statement, Heard allegedly misrepresented and exploited her story to gain sympathy in court. In her statement, Kate said, "She referred directly to a violent essay that occurred to me 26 years ago, and she twisted it into her own story, and she used it for her own use. I'm here for my own reasons. I'm a sexual violence survivor, and that's very, very serious to take that stance if you are not one, and I am one. That's the reason I'm here, because I take offense." Coming in number 7, the police report. In April of last year, Johnny Depp had filed a defamation lawsuit against Amber for the $50 million after she wrote an opinion piece for the Washington Post about the duress that she was suffering from just being with him. As a result, Depp was fired from his role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and his reputation was severely tarnished in Hollywood. However, Depp's lawyers received a bombshell of an audio confession where Amber actually admits to hitting Johnny. In the audio, she says, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched." Later adding, "I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you." And following this, the hashtag Justice for Johnny began trending, with fans of his urging for her to not only be removed from the next Aquaman film, but also face criminal charges. In at number 6, the busted lip. The initial reports that came out against Johnny Depp were that he slapped Amber, dragged her by her hair through the apartment, and then repeatedly punched her in the head. When asked in the courtroom what injuries she had sustained, Amber said that she had 2 black eyes, a broken nose, a broken rib, bruises all over her body, and that Depp had busted up her lip. However, the problem with Amber's timeline is that when she alleged these events to have taken place, a video from that evening's festivities shows her on camera after the alleged fight and with no signs of bruising whatsoever, which led Depp's defense team to accuse Heard of building this new set of lies that all the attacks actually took place after everyone had left the home. The other way that she was caught lying, though, was when the lawyers cited her appearance on The Late Late Show with James Corden right after the allegations put Depp's alleged attacks around the same time. Coming number 5, false charity donations. If you remember, Amber Heard vowed to donate her $7 million divorce settlement to the ACLU and to the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. But according to Depp's lawyer Andrew Caldecott, he said that the donation was a calculated and manipulative lie that tipped the scales against Johnny Depp from the very beginning. Depp's legal team then filed a petition with the New York Supreme Court to force the ACLU to actually hand over official documents that proved Amber's donation was indeed real. Not that long ago, though, the organization refused to cooperate, but with the judge ruling in favor of 23 out of the 24 requests in the motion to compel, they are legally going to have to cough up the receipts. The only request that the judge denied was for documents pertaining to Amber's sudden role as a brand ambassador for the ACLU. Not only is it morally reprehensible to take money you promised to a children's hospital, but it also means that people in the courtroom were manipulated into thinking that she was this super charitable person. At the end of the day, we will just have to wait and see, though, what the subpoena brings. I'm calling it now, though. If she is found to have lied about the donations and the ACLU can't even bring up legit receipts, then it could be game over for Amber Heard. In number 4, Amber's blind rage. In addition to everything else that Kate James had exposed Amber for, she also said that she never saw the actress suffer any physical attacks at the hands of Johnny Depp, and then added that Amber once spit in her face when she asked for a higher salary. Not metaphorically either, she actually spit in her face. She also accused Heard of sending incoherent text messages at 4 a.m. Apparently Amber would often descend into screaming fits of blind rage while she was intoxicated. In comparison, she said that Depp was always very calm and almost shy, describing him as a total southern gentleman. Plus she gave examples of Amber treating her own sister like a dog. Kate said that she was hired initially at $25 an hour, but that her duties consisted of picking up Amber's dry cleaning and talking with the actress's Hollywood agents. One time though, she was asked to pick up 2 copies of any magazine that featured Amber in them and then keep them in the garage to prevent Depp from seeing them. Heard ended up fading into another blind rage though when Kate failed to hide the magazines in the garage. In number 3, Depp's neighbor. Isaac, who is Depp's longtime neighbor and friend, also took the stand during the defamation trial and testified that Amber had told him about Johnny throwing a phone at her and hitting her inside of the couple's LA penthouse. However, he also noted that he never noticed any evidence of the attacks on Heard's face, both when he first saw her in the hallway or the following day in the sunlit lobby of their building. He went on to say, "She's got her face out like this to show me, and I'm looking and I inspect her face and I don't see anything. I don't see a cut, a bruise, swelling, or redness." In number 2, friends with the judge. When it comes to being a judge, there is one thing that you need to be: objective. You cannot make a rational decision if there is a conflict of interest involved. Justice Nicol, who decided the Sun's article about Depp was substantially true, came under fire for his decision after it was revealed that he had links to Amber Heard. Not only that, but he co-wrote a book on media law with Geoffrey Robertson, whose wife was friendly with Jennifer Robinson, a barrister who had advised Amber Heard. Depp's legal team claimed that Nicol failed to undertake any or an inadequate analysis of Miss Heard's shifting accounts, despite the importance of consistency as a consideration of a witness testimony. Plus, Depp's barrister added, he excluded relevant evidence from his consideration, ignored or dismissed as irrelevant matters that substantially undermine Miss Heard, made findings unsupported by the evidence, and failed to assess whether her allegations could withstand proper scrutiny. The judge failed to properly assess her credibility by reference to documentary evidence, photographs, recordings, or otherwise. And last but certainly not least, our number 1 spot, history of addiction. Another piece of this story that often gets overlooked is the history of addiction that certainly played a role in this messy divorce. Depp has acknowledged many times that he has tried to kick habits of heavy drug use during the period of his marriage, but added that he sometimes had lapsed. Amber, though, was not some drug-free saint that could just help him through this. In fact, one could argue that her addiction habits only helped fuel their toxic relationship. During one courtroom hearing, Depp claimed that Heard had chopped out lines of cocaine for him before rubbing some of the drug onto her own gums. Depp's lawyer also noted that Heard experienced anxiety, insecurity, and jealousy that would manifest itself in severe outbursts of anger and rage. When Sasha Wass said that Amber would often have 2 or 3 glasses of wine during an evening, Depp fired back with 2 or 3 bottles. That's been today's list though. If I missed anything, make sure you leave us a comment down below, and while you do that, I'm going to check out some of your comments from the video titled, "Chris Rock's brother challenges Will Smith to a boxing match." Terrible idea. I mean, the man played Muhammad Ali. Why would you want to do that? Mother of Odysseus says, how funny is it that Chris Rock is the one handling all this maturely? It truly is the best part of this. Sarah Rideout says, this is being dragged out. Everyone just needs to go their separate ways and put this issue to bed. I couldn't agree more, Sarah. Love says, LOL, he ain't no celebrity though. He's a celebrity by way of his brother being famous, I guess, and he's done a couple movies. You know, he's somewhat of a celebrity. Tara says, boycott Red Table Talk. If that's what works, then sure. Arabian Conjure says, good for Chris's brother for having his back. I really felt for Chris in that moment as much as I was disgusted with Will Smith. Hey, brotherly love is always welcome here. That's all the time that we have for today though, folks, so stay classy, and I'll see you in the next one.